Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Julie Chrisley reveals serious health condition developed in prison. Julie Chrisley was released and pardoned from prison in May 2025 and is now finally speaking out about her experience. She was in Kentucky while her husband, Todd Chrisley, was in Pensacola. Now, a month after her release, Julie is sharing a serious health condition she developed behind bars. Keep reading for more details and how she is faring now. Julie Chrisley reveals serious health condition. It was an awful struggle for Todd and Julie Chrisley to be locked up. They could not be together, and more than that, they were very far apart. He was in Pensacola, Florida, whereas she was imprisoned in Kentucky, but their kids made an effort to see them. After over 2 years behind bars, the couple was pardoned by President Donald Trump. They were released the following night, and their family was over the moon. Todd and his daughter, Savannah Chrisley, did a press conference just days later, but Julie remained at home. She seemed to need more time to reacclimate to life on the outside. Now, Julie, Todd, Savannah, and their son Grayson have opened up to Lara Trump about what they went through. More so, how they got through the time away from each other. In an interesting twist, Julie shared that she developed a health condition while in prison. She noticed that her health was deteriorating and needed to figure out what was wrong. Julie went on to note that she found herself with asthma as well as other ailments. However, the Federal Bureau of Prisons has maintained that they have the best standards for its inmates. Savannah has long stated that what her parents went through was completely inhumane. She shared that her father was punished because of how much she spoke out on behalf of her parents. There was nothing pleasant about it, but Todd and Julie Chrisley want to take this time and make it something bigger. They met some of the most incredible people and want to ensure they have a second chance. Julie's eyes. Although Todd Chrisley was refreshed and had no problem showing off after his release, the same did not go for Julie Chrisley. She stayed under the radar, at home with her youngest, Chloe. When she did emerge the first time, she had gray roots and brown ends. Then, she popped up at Target with her hair back to blonde, looking casually beautiful. However, fans had noted that she looked very sad and traumatized, which was apparent in her eyes. They had hoped that she would get the therapy she needed to be back to her old self and deal with what she went through. After the Lara Trump interview, it seemed fans had nothing but praise for Julie. Hopefully, Julie Chrisley can get all of the medical help that she needs, and life can only get better from here. For months, the Chrisley family has been fighting on multiple fronts: legal challenges, emotional turmoil, and the painful separation that came when Todd and Julie began serving their respective prison sentences. But in a heartbreaking turn, the Chrisleys have been dealt yet another blow. Julie Chrisley, the matriarch of the reality TV family, once known for their laughter-filled escapades on Chrisley Knows Best, has now revealed she has developed a serious health condition. This time, the battle isn't about cameras, critics, or courtrooms. It's about her own well-being and survival. A shocking revelation behind prison walls. While Julie has always been known for her grace under pressure, those close to her say the stress of incarceration has taken a visible toll. In a letter sent home to her children, she opened up about the changes she has been experiencing. "I knew prison would be hard," she reportedly shared, "but I didn't know just how much it would affect my body. I've developed something that I can't ignore anymore. I need to be honest about my health." Sources say Julie's condition, though not yet publicly named, is something that requires ongoing medical monitoring and treatment. It's believed that her time in confinement, the lack of adequate nutrition, the constant stress, and the emotional strain has worsened an existing risk and triggered new complications. Savannah's tearful response. Savannah Chrisley, who has been acting as the primary caregiver for her younger siblings Grayson and Chloe since her parents' sentencing, was reportedly in tears after learning of her mother's health struggles. "She's already dealing with so much," Savannah confided to a close friend. "To hear that her health is now in jeopardy, it just breaks me. I'm scared, but I also know my mom has been open in recent months about the difficulties of juggling work, advocacy for prison reform, and being a stand-in parent. Now, this new development has made her even more determined to push for better healthcare access for inmates." The harsh reality of prison healthcare. Those familiar with the federal prison system know that access to healthcare can be inconsistent at best. Many inmates face long waits to see specialists, and treatment options are limited compared to what they would receive outside. Julie's supporters have expressed concern that her condition might not be managed properly behind bars. "She's not asking for special treatment," one insider said, "just basic care. She's a human being. No matter what someone's legal situation is, they still deserve proper medical attention." This sentiment has sparked renewed conversation among prison reform advocates, many of whom argue that inmates often face preventable health crises due to neglect or systemic inefficiencies. Todd's struggle to support from afar. For Todd Chrisley, who is serving his own sentence in a separate facility, the news about Julie's health has been especially painful. "They've always leaned on each other," a friend shared. "Now he can't be there to hold her hand or reassure her. He's stuck worrying, not knowing if she's okay from one day to the next." The couple's strong faith has been a guiding force throughout their marriage, and insiders say both Todd and Julie have been turning to prayer more than ever. "We've faced storms before," Todd reportedly said during a recent phone call with family. "But this one hits deeper. Private fears and public strength." While the Chrisleys have not yet given specific details about Julie's diagnosis, the family has hinted that it's something that could be long-term if not addressed properly. For Julie, the challenge now is finding a way to care for her health while in an environment that can be unpredictable and, at times, even unsafe. "She's always been the one to take care of everyone else," Savannah said during a podcast episode. "Now, she's the one who needs us." Fans of the family have flooded social media with messages of love and support. Many have shared stories of their own loved ones who faced health challenges while incarcerated, urging the Chrisleys to keep speaking out. The emotional toll on the kids. For Grayson and Chloe, the reality of their mother's illness is still sinking in. "They're young, but they understand more than we give them credit for," Savannah said. "They ask questions I wish I didn't have to answer." In many ways, the Chrisley kids have grown up in the public eye, but this chapter of their story has been one of the most private and painful. Still, the family's openness about their struggles has allowed fans to connect with them on a deeper level. A call for compassion. Advocates for prison reform have pointed to Julie's situation as an example of why change is desperately needed. "Incarceration shouldn't be a death sentence for people with health conditions," one advocate stated. "If the system can't provide proper care, it's failing." Savannah has echoed this sentiment in her own advocacy work, saying, "If my mom's story can help even one other person get the medical attention they need, then at least some good can come from this pain." Looking ahead, hope in the midst of uncertainty. Though the family is worried, they remain hopeful that Julie's health will stabilize and improve. Friends say she's determined to fight through this, not just for herself, but for her children and for Todd. "She's strong," Savannah said. "Even in her weakest moments, she's strong. I know she'll keep going." The Chrisleys are reportedly exploring legal avenues to ensure Julie receives the care she needs. Whether that means a transfer to a facility with better medical resources or outside treatment remains to be seen. For now, the family is leaning on faith, love, and the belief that they will one day be reunited, stronger than before. As one longtime friend put it, Julie has always been the heart of that family. And hearts, even when they're hurting, have a way of keeping the whole body alive. She's their heartbeat, and they're not going to let it stop.